you guys? It's Aditi here, your intuitive marketing strategist. You guys may see that I am wearing headphones right now, and it's for good reason, and I'll tell you why soon. All right, so we are doing 5 blocks to shift if you want to make a living with your expertise. So I want to talk to you about the block that is, I am not ready. I'm not ready because I'm waiting for X to happen, for Y to happen, for me to have more money, for me to lose some weight, for me to do whatever else, have some more experience, get some more degrees and certifications. Does that sound familiar? Because I hear this one a lot, and it's one that I was saying a lot myself too before I first started too. All right, so if you guys want to make a living with your expertise, this is one of the blocks that you're going to have to shift. This block is, I left it for last because it is the last one we wait for. Even after everything else has been figured out, we're like, wait, actually, I'm not ready though. And you know what? We will come up with the best reasons why we are not ready. Hey, Tammy girl. All right, we will come up with the best. Oh, and we will convince ourselves. We'll be like, oh my God, I just have to do this and this and this, and then I'll be ready. And then I'll be ready. And then I'll be ready. Next thing you know, you're like, it's like 20 years later, 30 years later, and your life has just flown by, and you still haven't done the thing that you really wanted to do. So if that is you, this video is for you. And if you know other people who are in the same place too, give this video a share so other people can be sprinkled with this amazingness too. So the reason I'm wearing headphones right now, and these are Dr. Dre Beats wireless headphones, is because what I realized is once you start following the path of what you're meant to do, your life purpose, your soul, what your intuition is telling you to do, you start getting rewarded, okay? So the things that you really want secretly and you hope to get start showing up, okay? So, and the plan that comes up usually is better than what you even expected. So for me, I am chilling right now in Los Angeles. It was never a part of my plan, but the divine wanted me here, and guess what? I am not complaining. I'm having a great time staying at this resort-like place. There's a pool and a hot tub. There's palm trees everywhere. And that brings me to my headphones too. So these headphones I've been wanting for like over a year, okay? And I never got them yet, but I've made some really big shifts in my business and in my life in the last couple months. And the more I do that, the more I get the things that I want. They literally get gifted to me, okay? These are $200, and I did not pay a penny for them. I ended up getting a gift card, and I was able to get it without having to pay. But it was only after I did something that my intuition was telling me to do. Now, did I feel ready? I didn't feel ready at all for what my intuition was telling me to do. But I knew my intuition never steers me wrong. So I went ahead and listened to it. And boy, was I happy when I got this in the mail, right? So I know that, material things can only take you so far in terms of your wants and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes you just got to use what works for you. You know what I mean? So sometimes making money and having those things is what gives you the motivation to get started. Or wanting a different life than you have right now gives you the motivation to get started. But let me tell you guys, you're never going to feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. So then what? Then what do? Now is the time to start. I love to say this because I think it's so true. Your mind is never going to be ready, right? Your identity of self, it's never going to be ready. But your soul was ready like yesterday, was ready like 10 years ago. Your soul is your guiding force for taking that next step in your life. And if you haven't been trusting it, you haven't been listening to it, and you really, really want to, this might be the block that's been stopping you. This might be the block that's been stopping you from really starting, feeling like you're not ready. Look, people start things and not feel ready all the time. All the time. So if you want to start with anything it is in your life, especially with starting to, make a living with your expertise, just become comfortable with that. They say, you should become comfortable with being uncomfortable if you really want to go places in life. If you want to be content and comfortable where you are, then you're good. But if you want to get out, if you want more for yourself, you're going to have to just get comfortable with uncomfortability. All right? I've been asked to start teaching about leadership. I didn't feel ready, but at the same time, leadership is literally in my blood. I've led so many organizations. I've been on so many leadership positions, and I've been a leader by starting my own business or starting things before other people were, following my intuition, whatever it may be. I have never felt ready to start my business, but I did it anyways. I didn't feel ready to launch my 6-month mastermind, but I did it anyways. And now I have 6 wonderful, amazing people in there, and it ended up being a $10,000 launch for me. I wasn't ready to do Confident Marketing Academy when it first came to me in my mind. I wasn't ready, but I went with it anyways. Have you heard, do it afraid? So even if you're not feeling ready, I want you to just think about starting before you're ready. Okay? So start before you are ready. So I love this one kind of metaphor. There's a Facebook video somewhere out there about this. But imagine that this cup is your life, right? So if you have, let's say, I want you to just imagine oranges. So oranges, let's say you're putting oranges in here. I didn't prepare for this, so I don't have a demonstration because it just came to me before I went live. But imagine the oranges are your main priorities in your life and the things that you want to make sure you have, you focus on, right? So let's say you put the oranges in here. And then you put sand in here. So sand fills up all the gaps, right? So it makes the cup completely full. So imagine the sand is all the distractions, all the reroutes, the detours, the naysayers, and everything else that's kind of keeping you like where you are. Now, if you don't keep those oranges as your priority, then what happens if you put the sand in first? If you put the sand in first, it fills up the cup completely. And there's no room for what you actually want to do and what you believe in and what you want to do with your life. But if you put the oranges in first and make that your priority, then the sand won't be able to distract you from all of the other stuff. And the sand also represents all of those, you can say, excuses or really good stories that we tell ourselves about why we're not ready. All right, so if you guys are feeling like you're not ready, I want you to just give yourself a dare. Dare yourself to start anyways and see what happens. You might actually be really surprised how good you are at something. Okay, I did so bad in English in high school and college, horrible, right? But I felt led to write inspirational stories and write things and share it with people. And I was getting the nudge in multiple directions to do that. But I didn't feel ready. But because I understood and heard this concept of starting before you're ready, I decided to dive in, and I did. And once I started writing and I started my blog, ilivewithjoy.com, people were loving it. People loved my writing. It was not grammatically correct, right? I was just speaking from the heart. I got like C's in English. You know, if I use that to decide like whether I'm ready or not, and if I felt like I needed to take some English writing classes and all these other things, I wouldn't be here 5 years later now running a full-time business doing marketing and writing and teaching about leadership, teaching about confidence, doing the things that I really enjoy. So think about where your life could be if you started now, because we're always planting seeds for the future, right? Overnight success is not a thing. We hear that a lot. Even though we want to think that it is, it's not a thing, right? So are you planting your seeds now for what you want? Because if you think that, oh, I'll do it one day, it'll happen one day, it's never gonna happen. It's just not. And you know that too. You know that you're just buying yourself time until maybe you'll have more courage. So one thing is, courage doesn't get handed to you. Courage doesn't come knocking on your door and get handed to you on a platter. Courage is something you just embody, that you just choose. So I'm inviting you guys to choose courage today and start before you are ready. If you really, really want to make a living from your expertise, you're going to have to do things that scare you. You're going to have to come out of your shell. I will tell you guys, it took me so long to get on this camera to come talk to you guys. But I had promised that I was going to do the 5 blocks every day this week. And I was like, I don't want to lose that commitment to myself just because I don't feel like getting ready. So I finally, even the other days I was doing it all at 4 o'clock, but today I was like, I have to do it. It took me a while to get into it, but I did it. I started even though I didn't feel ready. All right, so hope you guys are enjoying these series of 5 blocks to shift. If you want to make a living with your expertise, because I've seen these 5 blocks come up again and again and again, and I wanted to address them and help you move through it. All right, because I want you to live a life that you love. I want you to create the freedom that you want. I don't want you to be stuck. I don't want you to be, in a place where you're like, oh, when are things ever going to change? The only way things are going to change is if you start before you're ready. If I didn't launch and start CMA, if I didn't do my marketing membership, if I didn't do the mastermind, I wouldn't have all those things out there today, and I wouldn't have people enrolled in it. I had to start before I was ready. And I can tell you guys, I was terrified during each one of those things. And I think, I don't know, maybe I am starting to, for the first time, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Thanks, Shweta. All right, so I just want to remind you guys, Confident Marketing Academy has officially started, and you guys can still sign up and still join us. Go over to confidentmarketingacademy.com. It is an 8-week spiritual marketing course where I literally go through all of the steps that you need to get yourself ready and prepared to put yourself out there and clear out more blocks like this one, and to give you more confidence, give you more courage, and to really step into your divine gifts. The first 4 weeks, we focus on kind of setting up your personal stuff, and the last 4 weeks, we focus on video marketing, storytelling, credible visibility, and intuitive marketing. I would love to support you in your journey to making a living with your expertise, because honestly, I feel like more people deserve to be doing that. I don't feel like I should be the only one, or the few, the people who are out there should be the only one. You deserve to do what you love as well and have the freedom that you want. Like for me, everyone's freedom looks different, right? For me, I don't take clients before 1 p.m., all right? I take Wednesdays completely off. I can work and live from anywhere that I want. That's how I was able to drive across the country from Chicago to Los Angeles and still make money while I'm on the road. I was on the road for 3 months this year. What would it be like if you could have that type of freedom for yourself too? It starts with starting. And I just remembered there's this one quote that's so powerful. And the quote is, the difference between successful people and non-successful people is that they start. So if you want to be successful, if you want to do your thing, it's time to start. All right? Leave a comment. If you are here watching the replay or live, give this a share if you found this helpful. And again, go to confidentmarketingacademy.com. You can still sign up for the free pass to join us, or if you're ready to dive in, go ahead and sign up. If you sign up by today, I am throwing in a $500 bonus, which is a brand clarity session with me, which is going to make your brand super, super powerful when you put yourself out there and communicate your message. All right? I love you guys so much. I'll catch you guys soon. Again, you can catch me on my business page at facebook.com/AditiCreative. Bye, everyone.